Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode 3 of the Kindle Clearout Project, which is a read and vlog series that I do on my channel that's all about reducing my digital TBR, which is currently still out of control. As I said, this is the 3rd episode that I'm doing in this series, so if you missed episode 1 and 2, I'll leave the playlist linked in the description, but usually I have a theme for these vlogs. I've decided not to do a theme this time around. Well, actually, there is kind of a theme because I'm going to be reading contemporary stories. So there's 3 books that I'm going to be reading in this vlog. The first is The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which is contemporary fiction. The second is The Split by Laura Kay, which I'm not sure if this is contemporary fiction or whether it's contemporary romance, so we're going to find that out later. And then the third book that I'm going to be reading is The Worst Best Man by Sosa, which I'm pretty confident is a contemporary romance. I think that's everything that I wanted to say in this intro. If you see me wearing this outfit in a few clips time, it's because I didn't film an intro to this vlog over the weekend, so I thought I would do that now. But yeah, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy the vlog.
Seeing a ski run in summer, like seeing the truth of your parents laid bare. No, they're not heroes and they don't know everything. Illusions vanish into the thin air. The hills are steep, but terrain is uneven. There's no one to sculpt it with snowcat or plow. But you survey the land and learn to appreciate the natural beauty of what you see now.
So I meant to check in with you yesterday, but as you will have seen over the weekend, I climbed a mountain. I climbed Snowdon in North Wales, which was really fun, but as you can probably imagine, I was not feeling great yesterday. Still not feeling great today, to be fair. My calves and ankles are in quite a bit of pain. So I did read yesterday, actually. I finished off the other book that I was reading, and now today my plan is to start The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which I have been really excited for. I really enjoyed the first 2 books that I read by Beth O'Leary, The Flat Share and The Switch. However, I didn't really like The Road Trip, so I'm hoping that's just a blip and I can enjoy other books by her. But all I know about The No-Show is that it's about 3 women, I think, who are all meant to go on blind dates with the same guy, but then he doesn't show up. And I think it's a story about female friendship, so very excited to get stuck into this. I'm pretty sure with the other Beth O'Leary books that I've read, I read them quite quickly, so this is exactly what I'm in the mood for, considering I've just finished a very large epic fantasy book. In terms of non-reading plans this week, I am going to a Hay Festival this weekend to see R.F. Kuang, which I'm really excited about, and then I can't remember what else I'm doing this week. I'll let you know as I remember. We also, actually, me and my partner want to go and see Guardians of the Galaxy because we haven't seen it yet, and I've heard good things so far. I think critics haven't really liked it, but everyone I know who's gone to see it has said that it's really good. So that is the plan for this week. We'll let you know once I have some reading updates. So I am currently around 50% of the way through The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, and so far I'm liking it. I really like the easy breezy writing style. However, I'm nervous about what direction this might go in, and also I feel like I heard the wrong synopsis for this at some point because it hasn't been what I was expecting. So this is basically following 3 women, Jane, Miranda and Siobhan, who are all stood up by the same guy on Valentine's Day. And yeah, for some reason, I thought that this this guy had arranged to meet these three women at the same place and then didn't show up, so they all become friends and they're trying to work out why he brought them together. That's not what the book is about. I don't know where I heard that. Basically, this guy has arranged to meet these three women at different times in the day, so they have no idea about the other women. They have no idea that they were all stood up by the same guy, and it's very realistic slice of life contemporary fiction. So we're following these three women and these three storylines where they're all interested in this same guy. But obviously I'm not rooting for any of the romances because they're all interested in the same guy, so that's why I'm nervous to find out what direction this is going in. Although what I do like is that every time I have a theory, that theory ends up being proven wrong. So I like that it's keeping me on my toes. It could go either way in the second half, but generally, because I have heard good things about this, I am expecting to like it, and I'm hoping it goes in a direction that I like. Hello everyone, it is now Saturday and I've just got home from town. I went to the library because there was a book that I needed to pick up, but annoyingly I forgot to take back the books that I needed to take back. I can see them there in the window, so I'm gonna have to go back at some point in the next week, which is a little bit annoying. However, I did manage to get some reading done while I was having breakfast, so I didn't actually mention I finished The No-Show by Beth last night, and I did like it. I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 stars. It came out as 4 stars in Core Pile, but I feel like it's just below that because even though I liked it overall, I had a few issues with it, so I got a little bit bored in the middle, and I think it's because of the direction that this book went in. So I think with the direction that it went in, it should have started to go in that direction earlier than it did, because yeah, there was a little bit in the middle where I felt like I was waiting for something to happen and I was waiting for it to get to the point, but I did like the ending. I thought the ending was satisfying. Wouldn't recommend this though if you're looking for a romance. I don't really understand why this is being marketed as a rom-com because I didn't find it that funny. Like, most of the main characters have been through some kind of trauma and it was quite sad in places. So yeah, 3.5 stars overall. I think I would recommend it if you like contemporary fiction, but I wouldn't recommend it as a romance. The characters were also just fine. I never felt like I really connected to any of the main characters, and I can't even really explain why, because I've now started The Split by Laura Kay, and straight away I feel connected to the main character, but yeah, I can't really explain it. It's just one of those things, I think. But yeah, I'm really enjoying The Split so far. I'm around 15 to 20% of the way through, and this is basically following a main character called Ali whose girlfriend has just broken up with her. So she is heartbroken and she reacts by stealing the cat and escaping back to her dad's place in Sheffield, where she basically has been wallowing in self-pity, and her dad, he very gently suggests that she gets in touch with this guy Jeremy, who she's been friends with, or she was friends with when they were teenagers. They were like family friends, and Jeremy around a year ago broke up with his boyfriend, and so he kind of knows a little bit about what she's going through. Like, they bond over their shared heartbreak. This guy Jeremy then finds out that his ex is going to be running this half marathon, and he convinces Ali to enter this race with him. So that's one thing that I do like, actually, is that we're following them as they're training for this run, and that's something that I'm doing at the moment. Like, I'm training to run a 10k in September. Yeah, so far this book has mostly been Ali reflecting on the relationship that she had with her ex Lucy, I think her name is. There's emails between Ali and Lucy as Lucy is trying to convince Ali to bring the cat back to London. However, what I'm liking is how it's quite clear that Ali was looking at their relationship with rose-tinted glasses, and it's, yeah, like uncomfortable in a way, because it's quite clear that the relationship hadn't been right for a while, but Ali isn't willing to admit that or accept that yet. But I'm hoping she goes through some character development throughout the book. I do love a coming-of-age story, especially when the characters are in their late 20s or early 30s, and I think that Ali was with her ex for around 7 years from the end of uni, so she's got to be in her late 20s, and there's a cat as well, which I love a book that has a cat, especially when the cat has a really fun or grumpy personality. There's also bacon involved as well, so Ali is using bacon as a coping method, and it's making me want to eat cake and brownies. So yeah, enjoying this so far. I am going to read some more this afternoon. I don't think I'm going to finish it today, and I'm probably not going to finish it tomorrow either, because I'm going to Hay Festival for most of the day, but I might try and finish it by Monday, and then I can hopefully squeeze in the last book for this vlog before the end of the month.
We used to have each other's playlists. No, no. Used to be each other's best friends. Yeah. And now we go our separate pathways, but your heart's still in mine. Yeah. And maybe we could try it next week again, but I don't wanna think we're toxic, but who cares? You said that we're over, hands under covers alone this time, but everything I see still reminds me of you. Back of all your things, the memories of when I kissed you. Remember when we used to say to each other, we belong together, me and you forever.
Good morning. It is now Monday, and I realised I never properly explained what Hay Festival is, so I thought I would do that now. But basically it's this book festival that takes place in Hay-on-Wye every year, and Hay-on-Wye is the world's first book town. I need to look up exactly how many bookshops it is, but it has a lot of bookshops, and it's this really cute little town on the border between England and Wales. And yeah, it was a really good day. R.F. Kuang is incredible. Like, she's so interesting to listen to, and I think because she was promoting Yellowface, like her new book, and it's all about the publishing industry, there were a lot of conversations around the publishing industry during the talk. So yeah, had a really nice day yesterday. I'm feeling very tired today though, so I'm hoping to have a nice chilled day. I am currently around 60-something% of the way through the split, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's given me 5-star feelings, and it's interesting because it's not that different from the no-show, which I obviously didn't hate but didn't love that much. I think the reason why I'm liking the split more is because the humour is more my kind of thing. I can also relate a lot to the main character, and I don't want to overshare on the internet, but a few years ago, I went through a stage in my life where there was a lot of bad things that happened within a short space of time. And I think just reading about someone else going through something similar, it feels very cathartic. I don't think I would have liked this if I'd read it 3 years ago because I would have found it quite triggering. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the platonic friendship as well between Ali and Jeremy. I think that they're really adorable, and I really like the romance that's blossomed as well between Ali and her running coach. It's told in first person point of view, and I can see some people reading this and not liking the main character because she's quite petty at times and she doesn't always think or do things rationally. But I'm seeing that more as realistic because when you go through a breakup, you don't always think in a realistic or rational way. So yeah, really enjoying this, and I am hoping to finish it today. And then I'm going to move on to, what's it called? I keep getting the name of this book wrong, but I think it's called The Worst Best Man. I keep wanting to call it The Wedding Planner, but I think the second book in the series is called The Wedding Crasher, and I keep getting it confused. But yeah, that's the final book that I'm going to be reading for this vlog. But for now, I'm going to pop into town and get a coffee and chill because yesterday was really busy and I am tired. Hello everyone, it is now Tuesday and I'm having a very strange day and it's all TikTok's fault. So I made a video from when I went to Hey on Why over the weekend and I put it on TikTok this morning and it's since had over 500,000 views, which I wasn't expecting considering I don't post on TikTok that often. Like I think on average my videos get around 500 views or something like that. So yeah, it's been a very entertaining day. People keep commenting on my voice, which is, yeah, really funny because I know that my voice is very brummy sometimes, especially when I film in a rush. So yeah, that's been my day so far. I did also yesterday finish reading The Split by Laura Kay, so I wanted to update you on that because I did really enjoy it, but I feel like the ending let it down a little. I understand that this is a book that's more about the main character's personal journey, but I felt like there was a missed opportunity with the romance. I think if it had been developed properly, it could have been really cute, and there was something that happened towards the end which I really didn't like. Even though it was realistic, I guess, for the main character, it still annoyed me. So yeah, I'm not going to give it the full 5 stars, but I am going to give it a 4.5 stars, and I'll probably round up for Goodreads. I think I would recommend it, but also I don't want to recommend this because I don't want people to read it and judge me for saying that I could relate to the main character because, let's be honest, she's a bit of a mess at times, and not even at times, like throughout the whole book, she's a bit of a mess, but honestly, that was me around 5 years ago. Last night I did also make a start on The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, which again I'm really enjoying. So this is following a main character called Lena, I think her name is, and she is a wedding planner and she's been given this great opportunity to work for this hotel and run the wedding side of their business. She's basically been asked to put together this pitch or this presentation of some sorts for this job opportunity. However, she ends up having to work with the brother of her ex-fiance. So it's going to sound confusing, but it's really not that confusing. Basically, a few years ago, Lena was left at the altar and she kind of blamed the best man, who was the brother of the groom, because he got the groom drunk the night before. And yeah, now Lena is having to work with this guy because they run the marketing firm that this hotel uses. It's a bit confusing, but it's actually really fun. I'm really enjoying this so far. I really like the main character and I really like the love interest as well, although I don't know how I'm going to feel about this situation because Lena is lying to the manager of this hotel. Like, she's not told the truth about knowing these brothers, and I don't usually like unnecessary lying in books, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. But so far liking it. I'm only around, I think, 20% of the way through, it might even be 25%. So my plan is to try and get past the halfway point tonight and then finish it tomorrow, because tomorrow's the last day of the month. And I think I said this earlier, I really want to finish this before the end of May. I just put my pajamas on and then remembered I needed to film a vlog update before I go to sleep and start reading and stuff. But I wanted to let you know, I am now halfway through The Worst Best Man, and I'm liking this still, but I've been a little bit bored the last few chapters. I'm not feeling huge amounts of chemistry between the two main characters, and I think it's because the main characters knew each other before the start of the book. So to me, it feels like they've developed feelings for each other too quickly, because they haven't actually spent that much time together on page. And there's been a few moments between the two of them that I think are meant to be cute, but I'm just not really feeling anything. So it's a shame, because I do like the two main characters separately, but yeah, not feeling much chemistry, so I don't feel that invested in the relationship. But it's still enjoyable, I'm still liking it. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna like the way that the romance develops, because with a situation like this where the guy is going after his brother's ex-fiance, I need to really feel invested in them as a couple, and I don't really feel that right now. So yeah, we're gonna see how this second half goes, but so far it's just okay. So it's time to wrap up this vlog, because I finished reading The Worst Best Man last night and I liked this. I'm gonna give it, I think, a 3.5 stars. That's what it's got in core pile, and I'll probably round up for Goodreads because I'm feeling generous, and I did really like this. I thought it was fun and entertaining. I just never felt truly invested in the romance, but it was more like indifference rather than me actively hating the characters together. The second half in particular was very juicy, and there were some parts that made me laugh out loud because I was cringing and I was getting secondhand embarrassment on behalf of the characters and the situation that they kept ending up in. It was, yeah, it was a fun time. It felt like a rom-com movie, and I think it would make a good adaptation. Why is that so difficult to say? I think that if this was ever to be turned into a movie, then I would want to watch it. I did like the characters, and I liked that this was told from both points of view, so you got to see both sides of the relationship. I really liked the main characters separately, and I thought they were well developed individually. Lena puts on this front where she is scared to show emotion because of stuff that's happened in the past, but Max comes along and breaks down those walls, and he's dealing with his own insecurities around his brother and how he constantly feels like he's in competition with his brother. So yeah, both characters individually did have depth, and I liked that. Didn't like the sex scenes though. I should probably mention that. There was just something about the smut in this book that didn't work for me. It was a lot smuttier than I was expecting, but the characters talked a lot and it took me out of the story. Like, I could appreciate that they were communicating, but it just didn't work for me. And I also have this particular thing where I don't like it when characters call each other baby. It gives me the ick. So yeah, like I said, 3.5 stars. I don't think it's going to stick with me long term, but I would read other books by this author. I feel like this vlog has been fairly successful. We've had 2 3.5 stars and 1 strong 4.5, almost a 5 stars. So I feel like this has been one of the most successful episodes of this series today. So that's exciting. I think I am going to wrap up this vlog here though, so thanks for watching if you made it this far. If anyone's interested, by the way, that TikTok that I uploaded yesterday has now had over 900,000 views, which is a lot, and I'm trying not to think about it because it's just scary that that many people have heard my little Brummy accent talking about Hey on Why. But yeah, I'm rambling now, so so I am going to wrap things up here. Thanks again for watching. If you've read any of the books that I talked about in this vlog, then let me know in the comments what you thought of them. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, but otherwise I will see you next time. Bye.